Here are some teeth that have been designed. These are 3D printed veneers about to go into the printer. We do a 2D smile design on this software. This software is called SmileCloud. It's like, I think it's the future of dentistry. Basically, it uses all natural teeth libraries or match the perfect tooth to your face. So here's a patient that we did just yesterday, and you can see she kind of started around here. So there's a lot going on, rotations, uneven gum lines, fillings really leaking, colors not matching at all. Didn't want to pay for porcelain. Porcelain obviously comes with a big cost. So here is the mock-up. This is like a trial version we've done, kind of have a plan of what we're going for. You can see in some areas, you've got to really trim the natural teeth down to get her teeth into like a level sort of plane. Basically, we make a little smile design on this. So this is the design you made. So you look at that, it's kind of where we were going for. Just shifting a few teeth. We didn't fill out these areas as much, but it's a nice design. She was very happy with that. And then we send it to our dental lab. We do a little bit of preparation in her case because we had a lot to change. And then the lab will send us all these files, separate teeth that we 3D print. They kind of look a bit like one of these. So you can see they kind of look like, it's just like literally a fake nail for your tooth. It's made out of a highly filled ceramic resin. It's actually one of the most highly filled sort of resins we can get. Really hard to get this, really expensive as well. So we tell our patients, look, we know they last around 5 years, but the beauty of these is they're so easy to replace because say if a patient one breaks or falls off or chips, usually they just chip, they don't fall off. We can 3D print one of their new ones, they come in, we cut off the old one, stick the new one on. The other option is porcelain. Porcelain is still the gold standard, matches the tooth the closest, matches the enamel really well. We find the tissue really loves it, the gum actually sticks to some of the ceramics. So if you had a porcelain veneer and it broke, you'd have to cut the whole veneer off. And when we do that veneer, we do need to remove a slightly more tooth structure because the porcelain has to be thick to be strong. Whereas the 3D printed veneers are stacked in 50 microns, which is 0.05 millimeters. So they're stacked in layers that thin, so we can make them very thin. Usually we make them about 200 to 300 microns, which is 2 hair widths thick. We can actually go that thin. So actually half a hair width. So that's the advantage. So the idea with these, the advantage of doing a 3D printed is it's cheaper, but it's also, we can try, and the goal is to do a no prep, so no drilling of your teeth. And then when they're due for replacement, we can change it to porcelain. But over those 5 years, you have the 3D printed veneers, we can test drive everything. We test drive your bite, make sure your bite's perfect. We can test drive your aesthetics and you make sure you're happy with all the shapes and the lengths and the color and all that. And then when you're happy with that, we change it to porcelain. We find the porcelain lasts almost twice as long. Usually we can get to about 20 years, as opposed to the 10 that's regularly found. Also, when you pay a lot for porcelain and something chips or breaks, it kind of sucks to pay more to fix it when you've paid like 15 grand or 20 grand. You can't expect it to last. So this makes things a lot more predictable for us. So if you were a patient at Azure Dental, you were interested in this, first you'd come for a chat, consultation. We do the first one for free. And then after that, we will do a full examination and we'll take some records. We do a SmileCloud, just like I showed you there, where we'll make a 2D design. Once you approve of that 2D tooth shape, and we can give you a couple of different designs, we can convert that into a 3D design. The 3D design kind of fits your bite, fits your teeth. And we'll find out if there's any teeth that maybe we need to move with some aligners or orthodontics. Do we need to do some whitening to brighten up the color so we can make the color as bright as we can? That's when we figure that sort of stuff out. And then the next appointment, we do a trial version, which is like a little snap-on smile. So it's basically, we 3D print that smile and we snap, it's like a little snap-on. So it just clips over your teeth and you can see exactly what it's going to look like, minus the details a little bit. It's not as perfect. You get a good idea of what the teeth are going to feel and look like in your mouth before we try anything. And then once you approve of that, we'll take some scans at the next appointment. You come back 2-3 days later, we bond all these veneers on, and then you're done. You just got to wear a night guard when you finish up to protect them, get a lot more longevity out of them.